Okay, so my mom asked me to tell y'all a little bit about what I've been doing the past few years since I graduated high school. So I graduated in 2018 and I went straight to BYU. That was really the only school I applied to and the only school I ever wanted to go to because my mom graduated from there and I have a lot of family members that went there and that's the school I always wanted to go to. So I graduated and went straight there in the fall of 2018 and I started by studying family studies. That was my first major. I ended up changing it later on to interdisciplinary humanities, but I still have a minor in family studies, in music, and in Portuguese. And so I'm just taking a lot of classes, a good variety, and just trying to learn as much as I can while I'm there. We also take a lot of generals classes, science and math and writing and so on. And we take religion classes at BYU too, which I really love. And so I studied there for a year and a half, and then I paused to serve a mission for my church. So I was called to serve in the Brazil Santos mission. It's a little island down off the coast of Sao Paulo. And I was called to serve there in January of 2020. And so I got there, I went through the training, I started learning Portuguese, and then COVID hit in March of 2020. So all the missionaries were sent home. And I was at home in Utah for about 2 months before I was reassigned. And they reassigned me to Charlotte, North Carolina. So I got to come here. My family's house is actually part of the area that I covered when I was serving here, which is kind of fun. And so I served here for about 9 months, and then the borders and things opened up a little more, and I was able to go back to Brazil and finish my mission there, which I was so excited about. I really loved it. And so I went back there, I kept learning Portuguese, and just had a great last several months of my mission. So in total, that mission was 18 months, and we got to serve and teach people, and it was just a wonderful growing experience. And then while I was back in Brazil, my family moved to this house in Virginia, and so I came back home to a new home and to this farm and got to see it for the first time, which was so fun. I was here for about 2 weeks and then school started again in September of 2021 now. And so I started back up at BYU and I spent 2 years there on campus learning and continuing my studies. And I changed my major to interdisciplinary humanities and I continued my studies in music. I play the harp as well as violin and piano and organ, but harp is my main focus for my music minor. And I take a lot of dance classes and a lot of other classes just kind of for fun. And so I was there for 2 years and then I decided I wanted to do a study abroad. My major requires some kind of experiential learning experience. And so they want us to not just sit in a classroom, but they want us to go out and have an experience abroad or in some, oh, there's a bug. We're doing this in the evening, it's probably a lightning bug. But I decided to do this study abroad in London in the fall of 2023. And then as I was getting ready for that, my friend invited me to come and do a internship with her in Brazil. She had also served a mission down there. She loved the people and the culture there. And so we decided to go and do this internship together. And we went to the University of Sao Paulo and did that in the summer of 2023. And then I came home for a couple weeks and then went straight to London for my study abroad and spent a full semester there. And it was just the most wonderful experience. So it was so much fun. We got to have our classes there on site where these historic events took place. And it was just the neatest experience. So I was there until December of last year. And then beginning of 2024, I started back at BYU. I did another semester there. And then I decided I wanted to take more of the opportunities that BYU offers to get out and study and travel abroad. So I did another study abroad in France this spring. That was about a month long. Then I traveled a little bit on my own. And then the rest of the summer I spent doing an internship in Frankfurt, Germany. We got to travel a little for that as well. So I did that up until a couple weeks ago. Then I stopped in Egypt to see some friends in Cairo. And now I'm back here and I'm spending a week or so with my family before I start BYU again next week. And so that's been the quick rundown of my life since high school. It's been an adventure, it's been so much fun. And I love studying at BYU because of the amazing classes and opportunities that they offer and the wonderful social life and friends that I have there and the religious classes that you get to take as well. The whole thing has just been the best experience. And so I have another year before I graduate. And I'm just looking forward to all of the classes and the things that I'm going to learn over the next year.
Awesome. So you've been to 27 countries, right?
I had 27. Mm-hmm.
Not with the study abroads, but some personal while you're over there. And
yeah, some for the study abroad, some for internships, some just for traveling while I was over there.
Might as well.
I love to travel.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So ever since I graduated from homeschool, I've been kind of, I've been in several different places. I first started college up at BYU, Idaho, which is in Rexburg, Idaho. So it's kind of another maybe branch of like Brigham Young University where me and my sisters are actually going right now, and my brother. But I started up at the college in Idaho, and that was a great experience for me. I think I was there for about 2 years, and during that time I got a lot of like my general classes done. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to study, and I was also really trying to be able to go on a mission for our church, which took a long time with all the paperwork and things, and just took a lot longer for me than for a lot of people. But I just kept doing a little bit more school, and whatever COVID hit, and that was some time that I just spent at home doing some online school, things like that. But I finally did get my mission call, and the leaders of our church are just inspired to assign us to some place anywhere in the world, and I happened to get assigned to some historical sites for our church in Illinois, actually. When our church was first restored in the 1800s, then the early members lived there in Illinois for a little bit, and I got to kind of be a tour guide. I got to wear like an old 1800s pioneer dress and show people around the homes of a lot of these early church leaders, and it was a really cool spiritual experience for me. I really, really enjoyed it. I made a lot of friends, and I got to tell people a lot about the beginnings of our church and a lot of our beliefs, and just help them to feel God's Spirit. And then when I got home from the mission, then while I was on that mission, then I applied to Brigham Young University in the one in Provo, Utah, where my sisters and my brother had been going, and I got in there. And so when I got home, then I transferred to that college. And I've only been home since last November, so like, what's that, 9 or 10 months about? And so I've done a semester and then a term of college since then. And finally, since getting back from my mission, I've decided what I want to study. I've been interested in photography since I was like 13. I remember I took kind of an online course about photography when I was 13, and I just suddenly had this interest, and I found this camera that I wanted to buy, and I think I paid for half of it. My parents paid for half of it, and it's just been a good investment so far. I've had it ever since, and I've been able to, also use it to help take nice family pictures and things like that. And so, so last January when I started school at BYU, then I took a couple of introductory photography classes and decided I really liked it. I had taken one photography class also at BYU, Idaho, and enjoyed that as well. And so since then, I've applied to the program at BYU, the Bachelor of Fine Arts. It's called Photo and Lens-Based Design. And so I got into that program, and so that's my plan from here on out, is to continue with that program. And it'll be a couple more years before I graduate, but I've got most of my general classes done. I've just got the photography classes left, and I'm really excited to have finally figured out what I want to do, because I'm interested in lots of different stuff. And so it was kind of hard to pick, but I picked one that I felt good about. I feel like I will really enjoy pretty much all aspects of it, and I've really enjoyed it so far. Yay! Do you have any minors?
I've been thinking about doing a linguistics minor.
Cool.
Because that's also really fun. I took an intro to linguistics class for the spring term, and that was super fun. I have some aunts who did that major, and they've told me a lot about it. It's just really interesting to me.
So if I didn't get into the photography program, that was kind of what I was considering. But I also feel like for future job options, photography is more along the lines of what I'd like to do. So I was hoping to do that first. I don't know too much about what you can do with linguistics, but it's just like something that's really interesting for me to learn about. So that's what I'm considering right now. I think I might try and do that as well, yeah.
Yay. You love music.
Yes, yeah, I love music.
What do you play?
I play the flute. That's what I've taken lessons for. I play the piano, which is probably my favorite instrument to play. It's just really fun, but I've never like taken lessons. And I took some harp lessons when I was at BYU, Idaho, and I'd love to maybe take a few more of those at some point. And yeah, I just kind of try and learn any instrument that I can get my hands on. Caitlin has a guitar, and I've been trying to borrow it a little bit, you know, have her, she's really good already. She just got it last Christmas, and she's really good, and so I'm trying to have her teach me a little, because I also wanted to play that.
You love to read?
Yeah.
Any other hobbies?
Yeah, I love reading. Yeah, I like just doing like, I really like learning new little skills. I like doing little hobbies, or little like puzzles and things, like just, you know, Sudoku or solving Rubik's Cubes, things like that. Yeah, I like learning new skills. I like, we had a unicycle a while back, and I taught myself to unicycle.
Oh yeah, that was really fun.
I need to get another one sometime. And I've recently been trying to learn how to juggle.
That's cool.
And my cousin had some juggling balls, and she was teaching me. And little things like that. Just kind of, also love just like watching movies and shows and stuff, and hanging out with people, my siblings especially.
Hey, anything about jobs? I never did ask Kylie about any of her jobs she's done.
Yeah. So I've done a few different jobs over the course of college and everything. I think my first semester I signed up just to be like an accompanist for the music major students at BYU, Idaho. And that was fun. I just get somebody I just like had my name and number on a list, and they would just text me, and I would practice with them a few times, and then play for them at their, I forgot what it's called, but the little pieces at the end of the semester where they play for judges and stuff. And that was really fun. I really liked being able to play the piano and get paid for it, because I love playing the piano, but I don't love like taking lessons and stuff. I just like mainly the performance part. That was kind of fun as a kind of little side job. I've also I worked in food service for just a tiny bit at BYU, and I also worked with like a manufacturing company for a little bit.
Yeah.
That was really fun. And that was when I was just taking a break from school for a semester, so I like worked kind of full time, and that was cool. I was working with a couple of my uncles were working with that company, and they just had a little temporary position, and I got to solder stuff and whatever.
Wow.
And that was fun. And then my most recent job has been being an announcer or host for the Classical 89 station at BYU, and just working with there's this whole like BYU radio and BYU TV, BYU broadcasting company or whatever, and they do a lot of really uplifting, cool shows and things, and I got to, like I said, be a host for the Classical 89 station, which is just playing classical music, and so I'd be on every evening. And then I also help BYU Radio with a lot of their podcasts and just getting them all kind of set up and ready to go onto different platforms and things. A lot of random jobs. But that was really cool for me to get to work with media and stuff like that. It was fun.
Awesome, thanks. Hi, I'm going to do Spencer's video for him because he already left to go back to Florida. He graduated in 21. the year that we moved here. So Kylie graduated in 18 and Maddie in 19, and then Spencer in 21 and Alexis in 22. So don't ever let your kids graduate and go off to college that fast. It was a lot. I'm just kidding. So he graduated in 21, which is the year we moved here. So he helped us move in June, like the last week of May, first week of June. And then he flew back to Utah and started college that summer, did a whole summer semester and fall and winter. And then he went on his mission the next May of 2022. And he went to San Jose, California on his mission. He's serving people, teaching them about Jesus Christ, helping with some flooding that they had, any needs like that. And then he got back and has been working this summer in Florida with an uncle at Edward Jones. Really enjoying that. And he's going to be taking classes online from BYU. He's going to go back to BYU, but he really likes it where he is in Florida, and met some good people, a girl, and enjoying being there with some family on his dad's side. So that's what he's doing. I think he's done some psychology classes. So he's just done like the 1 year BYU, 1 year of college. And I should have asked him about his other classes, mostly just the GEs right now, the English, the math, history, science, getting some of those out of the way. And I think he'll study some psychology, maybe some business. He's still working on that. He loves all the music like the other kids. He's really good at piano and organ and cello and violin. What else does he like to do? He did track in high school. He can do he likes to do other sports. He likes adventure, like roller coasters or zooming around on the go-kart. If you've seen some of the videos where he's zooming around. And he's a great big brother for the little kids.
Okay, so I'm Alexis. I've been at college for 2 years at BYU Provo. So since I graduated, then I guess I lived both years on campus freshman housing, because I started right when I turned 17. So my first year I was just a year younger than all my other roommates. And my second year I stayed in the same place and got a bunch of new freshman roommates. So we were all about the same age then. So that was fun. I've loved all my roommates, but they've all been like complete strangers. So I've gotten lucky there. Let's see. I've been in pre-nursing because BYU has just some prerequisite classes to take before you apply for the nursing program. And I've been planning to serve a church mission, which I just turned 19, so I can do that now. So I could have finished the prerequisites in a year and applied to the nursing program, but since I was planning to serve a mission, I just took 2 years to do those and take some other fun classes. And now I'm working on mission papers, and also looking at the nursing application for if I start out with that instead. But I want to work in the NICU or be a midwife or something. BYU has great programs, so I've been talking to some people who are in the program, and they've been giving me tips, which is nice for the application and stuff. I don't know. I've gone to some random clubs like swing dancing and stuff sometimes there, but nothing consistent. I've been in the choirs a little bit.
Oh yeah, she sings great.
Thanks.
Yeah, you have a very beautiful voice.
Let's see, what did I do last year? I did biochemistry. I was scared of chemistry because I never did it in high school, but
because I was slacker chemistry teacher.
So Chem 101 over the summer was kind of scary because that was online and that had algebra, and I'm not great at algebra. But then I did biochemistry for a nursing prerequisite in the fall, and that was so much fun. So I want to take that class again because then I might actually learn what they're trying to teach. Yeah, so that's fun. Also, this is Quark, like the quantum thing, because he's silly. So.
Alrighty, any other talents you want to share about? You play piano, oboe,
Yeah, I like playing piano. I played oboe in high school. I don't have one now, so it's true. I play oboe theoretically, but I don't play it actually. And I play violin theoretically because I can sight read simple stuff on violin, but I haven't actually done much official playing of it.
You like to bake?
So.
You're a really good sourdough baker.
Thanks.
And everything.
Only made one kind of sourdough bread. And it's the cheater kind where you only let it rise for an hour instead of overnight. But someday I'll do the overnight one. Yeah, I like to bake. I like to draw sometimes.
Oh yeah, you're a fantastic artist. And writing stories.
Yeah, I like writing stories.
And you crochet and sew.
Watching movies with roommates. Yeah, I like sewing.
She used to sew her own
stuff.
like front packs to hold the babies, like baby carriers. Just
because you could never find a good one at the store. You could never find one that had actual cute pockets and stuff.
held the baby up.
Uh-huh.
All right, thanks.